Alrighty, we're back into sitting mode for this next one. Your boy's getting tired of covering all of these, so make sure you subscribe and do all of that other stuff. But yeah, no, let's take a look at this one between the Brooklyn Nets, the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Phoenix Suns. Essentially, the Phoenix Suns are playing chess, not checkers, with everybody right now. Today was kind of a rougher day for them because Miles Bridges told the Hornets, "Hey, I'm not waiving my no trade clause. Y'all are stuck with me. I'm chilling here for the rest of this year." So Phoenix is like, "Damn it, we were trying really hard to make that deal happen. What else can we get?" Royce O'Neal became the next option. They were looking for like a 3-and-D wing and everything, and Miles Bridges obviously being more of an A-tier guy in that category. Royce O'Neal more of a B-tier guy. So they did some finagling and found a way to make it work for everybody. So let's break it down for y'all. So essentially, Brooklyn is moving Royce O'Neal. He's by far the best player in this trade. 3-and-D veteran guy, been in the playoffs a lot of times. He's like a 38% three-point shooter throughout his career. Might start for them if they move Grayson Allen to the bench. He's going to Phoenix, right? They get him. He's on the last year of his deal. They can extend him now if they want. That's awesome. Next, the Grizzlies are moving David Roddy also over to the Suns. David Roddy, kind of a probably below average basketball player in the NBA. Big, strong body, smaller guy though in terms of height. Very aggressive, very tenacious at the rim and everything. Doesn't do a whole lot well, but he's not making too much money either. Now, what are the Suns giving up? The Suns are giving up a combination of players. They're giving up Keita Bates-Diop, who, you know, kind of a stretch four, doesn't really do much, minimum contract guy. Yuta Watanabe, historically really good three-point shooter, also on a minimum contract. It's believed that he's going to Memphis, so I'm going to assume Diop is on his way to Brooklyn. And then we got Jordan Goodwin, who I don't think we know exactly where he's going yet. Point guard that's actually played pretty solid at points this year, but again, another minimum guy. And Chimezie Metu, who is just kind of like a goofy big that I don't really think does that much, at least in my opinion, and stats would tend to agree with me. All four of those guys, minimum contract dudes that when they move all of them, they can take on these two contracts. It also helps that they did the Dario Saric trade last year, so they had a little bit of a trade exception to help absorb the David Roddy contract. But this is a big time move for Phoenix. I should also mention there's like 3 second-round picks on their way to like Brooklyn, and there's a pick swap happening between Memphis and Phoenix. In essence, Phoenix just kind of draining its assets so that it can move on from these minimum contract players and bring in the Royce O'Neal and the David Roddy, who arguably are the two best players in the trade. You might be able to say Jordan Goodwin better than David Roddy, but it's closer than you might want to say. But no, this is a great move for Phoenix. One, because they got better players, right? Royce O'Neal, much better player, adds to their rotation for guys that weren't really contributing much to their rotation right now. But more importantly, it opened up 2 roster spots in this move, right? And the buyout market is already hot, and they're going to be looking for wings. Daniel House just got waived by the Pistons. He's probably going to be a guy that they go after pretty hard, right? Maybe it's a Kyle Lowry or something, although all indications are pointing that Kyle Lowry's going to go to Philly, which is kind of odd to me, but it's because of the whole Pat Bev trade. I'll talk about that in my next video. But in essence, now Phoenix has the capability to make more moves in the buyout market because they don't have any more money to spend, so they can go find a minimum contract guy somewhere. I still think John Wall was worth a call and everything. Whether or not they do that, I don't know, but I think he would contribute a lot to them, but we'll see what they end up doing, right? But once we kind of see the buyout market take shape, we'll get a better idea for what's going on. I know Joe Harris just entered the buyout market as well. Obviously, his ankle injury has kind of kept him a little bit, we'll say, not as productive this year, although historically he's a lethal shooter, an absolutely lethal shooter. Killian Hayes just entered the market, but nobody's going to want Killian Hayes. I don't think, at least. So whatever, Detroit's cutting everybody in essence, so you take your pick at who you want there. But my presumption is that Phoenix is gonna try to find another big or something to replace Eubanks's minutes and everything, mostly just because there's better bigs than Eubanks out there, and then try to find some help at the wing and just bolster this bench before they get going into the playoffs. This is a big move for them, though. This gives them an option as to what to do with their starting lineup. They could keep going with Grayson Allen, he just has been the best three-point shooter in the NBA this year. You can move him to the bench if you want to. You could have Royce O'Neal be there, so you have a little more defense around all the other scoring, but the spacing doesn't really drop off too much when you put O'Neal in, so this is good. It's just another veteran to have on the team. Those 4 guys that you lost, No real experience between them, just kind of goofy throw-in players that they were using to fill their roster at the beginning of the year because they could only give out minimum contracts. So I think this is a great move for the Suns. I'm excited to see what other moves take place. The buyout market is kind of like a secondary holiday. It's like the New Year's to the Christmas that is the trade deadline. It's just a fun time of year for basketball and everything. I'm really enjoying covering all of this and just discussing the possibilities. We'll see if any big moves get made. We've heard the Lakers aren't going to do anything, and I could have told you guys that from the beginning. I was like, there's just no way that those assets work. Like, I don't understand how that happens. But we'll see. We'll see what other moves take place and everything. And yeah, we will talk to you guys later.